Trios Tribe, I'm bringing you guys another top 16 video. This is the last one. Yeah, this should be the last EX10 video before we're on to BT22 and all the fun goodness there. So goodbye to EX10. It was short, but man, where you can guys already see that like certain things, they changed, man. Certain things did change, which isn't a bad thing. It's more often than anything a good thing, right? Like, I mean, I always say this all the time, and I feel like I oversay it probably, but like, what is this? 11 different decks in our meta, which again can be a bad thing or a good thing depending on how you really want to look at it. It could be. It's like it's always been on the teetering of like too diverse for like a competitive player. If you guys have definitely an idea I've discussed before, but at the end of the day, it's really fun to be able to see like at the end of the day, I think it's fun for a new player to look at what's doing well in the Digimon card game and be like, oh, there's like 11 different decks I could play. Granted, some of the decks aren't like super fun, but yeah, like I wish something. This is just the one thing I hope Bandai works towards is getting everything up to snuff, so we're not seeing just like OTK or 50 action turns or whatever it is. But that being said, enough about that. This is about celebrating the players and sorry, I just want to do a quick advertisement here. I don't do a lot of the self-selling out thing. It's always kind of cringe to me to do it, but I am trying to host a cookie run card game tournament this Thursday. So if you guys are looking at this video, I really appreciate it. You just let people know, sign up. Link will be in the description below. But enough about me and more about the players. EX10 Carta Magica. Eggman actually, I believe, streamed a portion of this event. And I think that will be, it wasn't linked. Okay. A portion of this event was linked and was recorded for everybody, so eventually that will be up on the Carta Magica channel. It was a big event, so right, it was like me and everybody's been calling it the everything but One Piece event. So Gundam Regional was there, Union Arena Regional was there, and then Digimon as well. So a nice big super regional for everybody. It was really fun to have. But Phoenixmon, Jackson Flanagan takes the whole thing with Phoenixmon, and I'm sure it's probably a Growlmon, which is definitely a conversation we're gonna have to have going here in the nigh future as we go through all the decks. I've changed it up a little bit. I just kind of go from 16th place up. I don't know if you guys prefer me group all the decks together and then talk about them back to back. Sure. Right now we've just been doing the 16 and up format just because, I don't know, mix things up, be a little weird. But let's start. We got this is Rhodesy. We're gonna go with Rhodesy. It's Gallantmon. I think this is our one of Gallantmon for the tournament. It's the perpetual. Can this evolve into Chaos Gallant? Oh, so we're doing it just for the raid retail. So our Gallantmon X can swing potentially. Interesting. That's like the biggest reason you would do that, right? You just get the raid. Maybe even the retail might help, but might not help. It probably depends, but it looks like it is an interesting Gallantmon list because we are on the we're on a lot more of the BT22 stuff, which is that on deletion gain of memory, and then on top of the war growl that obviously gives us raid retail, calling from darkness even to recycle pieces. So definitely just like a really interesting like purple mixture here. Like this is like you're seeing a lot of the Machinedramon pieces, but then also like just standard just Gallantmon X, Omnimon X, go for a game. We are on the cool boy variant, pure cool boy variant, I should say. No Takados to be found, which means we also don't run any Takado Growlmons that play Takado, so that gives us the space to even play the BT22 Growlmons, which is cool deck construction there. And we're also favoring, are we on, we're not on the BT12 War Growl at all. I was too focused on this guy. We're actually on the, this guy also initiates, I think it facilitates a different type of OTK because of the uninherited. When this effect deletes an opponent's Digimon, it may unsuspend. You may unsuspend this Digimon with Gallantmon in its name. So it also gives attack security +1 if it didn't delete. So there's a bunch of little variables with this card that make it really interesting. But if you do get the proper channels going, this guy just causes the OTK to happen just that much faster, which is kind of wild. That being said, we got 2 training. Oh, very low. Actually, I would argue this is pretty low on the like boost training option shenanigans, if you guys know what I mean, right? Like only 2 trainings, 1 memory boost. That feels low for at least what a lot of Gallantmon players have been on. But maybe because of this new purple stuff, it's facilitating a different world, and that's really interesting. X antibody protoform 2-2 split. I've always liked BT9 X antibody and Gallantmon. It just kind of diversifies what you can do and how you do it. So I've never been against that. So congratulations, 6-2, 16th place, Gallantmon X. And we're gonna move on to 15th place, 6-2. This is gonna be Digisam on red base Omnimon. Alter S, depending on how you want to look at it. We actually have a pretty healthy mix of all the Omnimons in this one, but we do have it listed as Omnimon X itself, or sorry, Alter S itself, with 2 copies of Digimon Emperor, and like I said, it is going to be that it is going to be that red base. So we got the red Coromons, only 2 of the Gabumons just to fill out our Gabumon situation, I guess, and then the on play to help us search for our pieces. Can't be bad. And then we actually fill in our rookie slots with this Gabumon. If you have a mat, draw 1. And then this one, on play, you may return 1 reptile or dragonkin from your trash to the hand. So using our Agumons to recycle trash and our Gabus to search and draw. It makes plenty sense to me. But like, man, I first looked at this list and I was like, dang, so tamer heavy. But with 2 digital gate opens, it's interesting to see. This is the first time we see this card have success, and oftentimes we've talked about how, or at least I've often talked about how, like this is a good card. Like you read this, it's a good card. It's just gonna take the right deck to use it. Is Omnimon that deck? Hard to say. I mean, obviously you have so many targets when you build it this way, and then being able to search for any Digimon. Right, oftentimes that's where this deck struggles, is just finding that one piece so you can dig 3 and then grab whatever tamer you may be missing at the time, which also could be pretty a nuisance, because like sometimes I feel like in this deck you're finding the wrong tamers at the wrong time, so having just an easy way to get there also makes sense. And then you get to play it for free, and then we all know Nokia has an on play, so like kind of disgusting, honestly. Like, is there a downside if you might play 1 tamer? Yeah, you could just play any tamer and reduce the cost by 4. So the Nokia's come down for 1, but like the Nokia coming down means you get a rookie. So I mean, there's some conversation to be had there, and I like it. Or worst case scenario, you just play one of your tie and mats and gain extra memory off of that. 2 Mires, because again, it is that CS searcher, and we are still very CS heavy, right? We were looking at Metal Garuru, Wargrey, Agumon, Gabu, 3 of the Omni. So still cutting down, and then even one of the 2 of the secret rare Greymon for floodgate control. Man, this deck definitely is a deck that I would be interested to see what happens going forward. Just because we get the new level 4s, and I do feel like the new level 4s do justify changing it up as to how this deck functions going forward. So we'll just have to see. Notably speaking, no Ukomons. That's really fun to see. But that being said, congrats to Digisam. That is going to be 15th place, 6-2. Then we get to talk about our first rocks, which famous, glorious, fun YouTuber Ben on it. It's not surprising that Ben is on a black deck, but it is surprising to me that they're on not Machinedramon, which is that a black deck at this point? I guess it is, right? Like all the 5s are a half black. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just choosing to take rocks, and like, man, rocks is gross. The first things that stand out to me is not on that kind of like fun metallic Dramon tech that we saw the last time I did one of these videos. Definitely a tech I got to try out at locals, and man, it's nasty. it can be pretty mean, but just kind of favoring a lot of people are I think a lot of people get kind of caught up in the idea that like, why aren't you on the old one? The old one is aren't you on the old one? The old one, OTK, original OTK, blah, blah, blah. This guy's just so much better. Honestly, your 6s in this deck are just like, in case you don't see this, break glass, in case you don't see this guy, and like giving you some kind of diversity of like plays rather than being the main game plan. And I think like that's where a lot of people sit on, is like that old one kind of is your main game plan, and it's not anymore. And like, it doesn't function like a card that wants to be a side piece where these other ones do. And I think that's something I think that's something we have to give credit for and evolve going forward, right? I think a lot of people have been saying it's like, for Liberator, these are the 7s are basically their 6s, right? Their 7s are their main boss monster they should be trying to get into, where most decks, their 7s are like game enders or big control pieces. So it's a different mindset to have with the Liberator decks, I feel. Sorry. And then that being said, we have 4 Gravilar, 1 defense train, really low on the searching. And then actually not like really condensing like all the closes, right? Just 4 of the memory setter, which I agree. I think the memory setter probably is the best one, not because it's memory setting, but because it is recycling 2 cards from your trash, which is like, ooh, 2 card. Like it matters, man. Because like the way this deck wins is going to be you're just trying to get 2 Tumblemons in rotation. And if you achieve that, oh, the memory. That's about it. And then this close, being able to play a Sunrisa from trash just gives you like that scrambled comeback potential. I think that goes underrated. Plus, if you keep it around, it does give you that inchy bits of memory that helps you just keep turns. So after that, I'm not too surprised about like just choose your favorite flavor of rookies. Here we're opting to max out on the cost reducer, the original searcher, and then only one of the Sunrisa that sucks up 2 sources on play. Personally, I've found that this guy, not a crit, this isn't a crit, this is just, I've been playing the deck, so this is something in my brain that I have to speak out. I've kind of liked this guy in the sense of like the comeback factor with close and black scramble, the playing of a rookie, because this guy actually has the use of being able to just on play, get your like, you can get the digibubbles, right? You may place 2 cards. Yeah, you can get their 2 digibubbles. You can get your 2 Tumblemon. If your board was completely cleared, you play the 2 Tumblemon, go full combo, maybe end on something like the blocker or the Metallicdramon in a single turn is all I'm saying. I definitely think this guy has a little bit more value, but I wouldn't play it at 4 either. Probably that 2 to 3 max, but instead we are playing the Gatsumon to give ourselves some blocker. We also one of in archetype air quotes because it's red, but in archetype floodgates, never bad. A lot of people are playing Digimon by effect, as we're going to see going forward. So anyway, congrats Ben, 14th place, 6-2, getting your invite for Las Vegas. Very exciting. Hope to see you there. And then our last, I think maybe it's our last. No, it doesn't matter. We got another Omnimon. This is going to be BT519. Fun. Another Omnimon, another red base, but this time not on a Digimon Liberator or Digital Gate. Oh, I'm going to mess that up. Digital Gate Open. But playing the OG Nokia is kind of funny to me. Is there a 3-color tamer thing here that we care about? No. Okay. So we're 2 Mirai, 4 Nokia, 2 Nokia, 4. Just really trimmed down here on the options. And then the return of Alter B would be the biggest thing I'm thinking about here, is because a lot of people, I guess I would say, focus on the Alter S, like just shenanigans that can happen, right? But I mean, Alter B like was the classic, just like end the game, right? So it is kind of cool to see that this card come back in some way. At again, a 13th place. This is again BT519 is the username we have. And then still on the CS, still focusing on the CS stuff, the Mirai, and really condensed list, right? No level 4s, no secret rare, no like maxing out on all our CS things and then filling in the slots. No Ukomons. What a curious list. Just maxing out on every rookie we want to play, and then and making sure we have 6 of each name at level 6, maxing out on the CS guys. What a curious list. I think it's curious, it's curious not in like it's bad. It's curious in like it's just like it's so condensed, so simple, and it succeeded, right? So it's kind of cool that something like this is able to do as well as it did. Again, like it's just cool because like like a lot of people would like to trick out the deck with 1-ofs, 2-ofs, and get kind of crazy with, but no, just keeping it simple, keeping it short, and I kind of like stuff like that sometimes. Like it's cool to see. But then yeah, we're gonna go to our first Machinedramon. This is gonna be a Growl Loop Machinedramon, and I know people are just face palming, but face palming not in the sense that like, oh my god, Machinedramon. No, it's face palming, and it's like maybe we should have hit Growl X. So again, no, like this is 12th place Space doing a wonderful job getting their invite to the Las Vegas Nationals in February. But man, like you definitely decided to be I don't even know what I want to. Obviously, people are sick of the Growl Loop stuff. Like it is what it is. People are seeing it everywhere. I'm not hating. It's just the pulse of the environment. And again, always players take the decks they want to use to win. This is a creative. I think this is the first successful Growl Loop Machinedramon player. So there's always some awesomeness to be had there and some respect to be given there. And then there are some cool techs here beyond the Growlmon bottom end engine, also using the Digimon too. So really just like looking to recycle if we get on deleted, not even bothering with not even bothering with the idea of running. I guess it's kind of hard because this Guillemon digivolves for 1. So you kind of want to be on a Digimon, but like not being on the, oh man, I can't remember. Is it it's the Demimera that discards 1 to draw 2? But also on the Chimeramon tech here. So let's get into some of the 5s. Cyberdramon is really interesting. I don't know if like the on play when digivolving ever comes up for this opponent or this player, but I like the idea of like you probably are not, oh wait, you're not even on the assemble Machinedramon. So you're actually just sitting here thinking about, you're actually probably never getting this on play. It's just to have 2 different names of this your turn plus 4K. Plus 4K is now the strongest DP inheritable that you can get out of cyborgs right now, and mixing that up with multiple names because different names matter in the deck. Sometimes you guys have to understand when you're looking at a Machinedramon list, you do have to remember that they are trying to diversify their names almost above all else. Not above all else, but you know what I mean. Like there is some intent there when they're mixing up like a 1-of here or 1-of there, and that is the biggest thing. So with that said, we are going with the Machinedramon. Machinedramon does help initiate some OTK and some fun, especially when we are on 4 different sec plus 1s. You can't really recycle this game, but you know, it's possible. Actually, can you even digivolve? Yeah, you can. You can digivolve in red. Okay, cool. But yeah, so for those uninitiated, this Chimeramon does have the on deletion. By deleting one of your level 4 or lower purple or red Digimon, you may play 1 Machinedramon from your trash without paying the cost. So you can digivolve it. So if your board is set up, you can delete. It's so weird. Like the combo is really annoying. So you can on play this guy, delete one of your Digimon, then delete one of your opponent's level 3s. One of their level 4 Digimon and their 1 level. So you can delete 3, 4, and 5 when digivolving on play. And then it also digicrosses for -3. So you can play it for 5 if you get all the pieces. But I don't think these aren't composites, right? So you're never doing that. So you are just raw digivolving into this guy. And then you can delete itself, but you have to delete one of your level 4 or lower beside it. So you can like, there's a world where you digicross this guy and then delete your Growlmon, like use this guy as a way to delete your Growlmon, and then that will play a Machinedramon, refund you 6 memory, and it's 5 memory for Machine. I know I'm all over the place with this list, but it is kind of like a really like, you really have to sit down and read how this combo goes off, because like the fact that it's on deletion, but you have to delete a different guy. I think a lot of people mess that up. They think like, oh, this guy gets deleted and you just play Machinedramon. No, it's a little more in depth than that. So I never got to see this player on stream or anything, so I didn't get to see like the actual combos get you know, shown off or anything, but like there is definitely a lot to be had here. Machinedramon on Chaos, only on Chaosdramon instead of like no Chaosdramon X. So just going, I imagine we're just trying to find a way to get like a really strong OTK. 4 of attack with the heavy mobile Digimon, 4 analog youth, and 1 calling of darkness to round out this top end here, or option end here, with 2 medieval gallants, because medieval gallant is just a good floodgate into most boards. So really interesting Machinedramon list, even if it does kind of make people live the nightmare of Groundmon loop a little bit more. But that being said, congrats, man. Congrats on 12th place. 6-2. We got 6-2. Genkumon X. This is gonna be Genku Turtle. Doesn't look a little. It has. I think the deck is pretty much stabilized now, but we are seeing this is what Yensuli. I'm gonna go with that. Hopefully I said that somewhat right. Yeah, I think the deck has been has stabilized into pretty much like we're seeing the same thing. 4 Hawk, 4 Bauhawk, no level 5s, so now we're on 2 aces to mix it up. We're on the draw trash 1, draw 2 Blanc, 4 Ukos just to get more bodies just on the board for when we finally do our Genku shenanigans. Medieval plus promo gallant because reasons. No, it makes sense. These are good cards. 2 Digimon Emperor for the meta. Like I think Digimon Emperor is coming back into the meta. So again, always pick up your copies and have them around just in case. Madishita to make the Sistermon Blanc even cheaper. Garnet Memory Boost because you do have to find all your black and red equally, it feels like. And then our collection of floodgates. This is the first person. This might not be the first person. This is the first person I feel like is on the Gossmon. Are we on every floodgate? No, we're missing the Solarmon. So we're on, instead of having Solarmon here, we're playing the Gossmon, I think. But this is one of the first time. I love this guy. I think this is an underrated floodgate that people aren't using enough. Like, how many people are in trainings? Just saying. But that being said, it's Genku Turtle. Their goal is to just have a wall of protected floodgates, and you don't get to play the game, and you have to fight through their giant blockers and their ace threats, and then they just trash your security and go for a game. You guys know how it is. It's Genku Turtle. They're doing it's a deck in the format, and no, congrats on 11th place. With that said, no, no, again, congrats on your invite top 16, or sorry, your invite to Las Vegas. Where am I going with this? Then we get to talk about 10th place, also 6-2, Chamoy, purple hybrid, but like Impmon base purple hybrid is really cool. That is definitely a different take. Let me take a peep at the options before anything else. We're on Death Slingers. We're on Death Slingers. We're on Calling. We're on Rivals is a mainstay, but we're on Death Slingers, which is probably the most interesting thing. No boosts, just except the 1, obviously. Jack Raid. Wow. So definitely, so we're on the Impmons, so we can play the Beelzemon Ace. That's cool. I love that. And then we play, because we're on Beel's Ace, we play Shine Ruin mode because we just have an actual 6 we can play. I mean, we've always had this guy, but like usually playing the promo gallant to win the game, not play Ruin mode. After that, it's pretty so obviously the Impmon stuff isn't standard, but then after that, you got your Ukos, you got your Psychmon because you need it, and then Duskmon, Velger, Gunkaku, Arresterdramon. All this is pretty mainstay, along with the Tamers. 2 Iron Mako? Are these all evils and wizards? They're all evils and wizards. Oh wait, except you. You're a bird. What are you? Demon. Does that count? No, you don't count. All right. You can find Dusk. Obviously, you can find Dusk and your Impmon shenanigans too. So that's really interesting. I love to see that. That is just cool. We got the Madishita to back it up, along with the Lu, because why not? Anyway, this is a really cool. And then like going for the air quotes even split on Digibubbles, 2 QP, 2 Demimera. That's just cool. What a cool evolution of purple hybrids. So thank you, Chamoy, for showing everybody this. This is probably a lot of people are going to see this and be inspired by that. So the next ones to come out, you're probably going to, unless there's a YouTube video that I missed that someone was like, oh, Impmon, Beelzemon, purple hybrid. That's the honey and cheese. But anyway. Let's go into rocks. Jason NG. Ugh, I know. I should be more cultured and know how to pronounce that. I don't. I always forget. It's like Nguyen. I always forget how to pronounce Nguyen. Maybe it is just Nguyen. It's just NG for sure. I don't know. I even feel like I'm saying that last name wrong. I'm the worst. Rocks. 9th place. Also 6 and 2. So wow, a lot of 6 and 2s breaking into the top. Breaking into the top here, but we are on the Machinedramon, choosing to cut the Blastmon in favor of an extra pretty Minimon, and then going into Metallicdramon. And then after that, we are mixing it up on our tamers. We are including one of the promo 3 costs, so it lets you gain a memory star in main phase, and then if you trash, recycle 1 piece, which is always fun. 1 Digimon Emperor, or not, oh my god, Digital Gate Open here in our promo spot. It's definitely a cool card. I don't know if this is the right deck for it, but I would love to get this player's, anyone that used Digimon Emperor, like, what's been your take? Or, like, I think that's the card that I'm still like, it's gotta be good. It's gotta be good, and it's gotta be good somewhere. So is Rocks the place for it? It's not bad. The problem, one of the issues I'm finding with this card is that you may play one tamer with the same color as any Digimon on your field, which things like USA Hybrid suddenly can't use that. Ukamon in the back turns this off, at least the delay effect, right? But I think back on the Rocks list, a little more diverse in our level 4 slots. We're going 3 of the tamer setter, and then 2 of the new guy that gives reboot blocker. I like this guy. It gives you plus 3k. Definitely a relevant stat line, especially when you're going into things like this pro Gallantmon, also giving itself 3k, so you can give yourself plus 6 plus 9, putting you up to 16k and swinging with this guy if you use every single trash source in your hand. Plus collision piercing, kind of nice. This guy just clears 6s sometimes, which is ridiculous. And then on top of that, we're actually playing 1 more of this guy I was talking about. I really do like this guy. Really do like that guy. It's really strong. 4 gravel hearts, 3 of the new clothes, and then maxing out on our 7 because we have to find it, and black scramble, etc., etc. And then we are only on the memory Tumblemon, which makes sense. I know some people try to tech in the new Tumblemon because redirect is nice. Don't get me wrong. Redirect is amazing in a deck that, for whatever reason, is really difficult to get blocker in. But I think you just need two Tumblemon memory. That's all you're trying to do. That's all we want to do. Anyway, congrats, 9th place, Jason NG. And now we get to talk about a Machinedramon with the ban list. Machinedramon now is on par with all the other versions of Growl Loop existing. So we are on, again, maxing out on all the BT22 stuff. One of the Groundmons for +1 security. Gallantmon X. Skull Greymon returns for, like, just, you know, that utility plus the ability to potentially that ability to clear a floodgate or something that you might need to get rid of. The original what is an effect and what isn't an effect. Fun fact, did they change that rule? If this guy gets deleted by DP minus, you don't gain the memory. So I don't know if that's changed or if that's still the ruling. I think that's still the ruling. 2 promo Gallant, 2 secret rare Gallant, 1 Gallantmon X, because, you know, sometimes. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. 3 Machinedramons, 3 Analog Youth, 1 Calling, 1 Grab, playing all our little one-ofs. Digimon Unassigned is still a good card. It sees its way in and out of this deck nonstop, but Some people do like it and some people don't, but it is fundamentally a strong card and fundamentally a conversation piece to be had in the deck. 3 purple mem boost, so just saying we're gonna whiff on our Gallantmons, that's okay. And 1 red scramble because all our 6s are red, and then all our, for the most part, our whole line is half red. So if we're digivolving, we're gonna be red. 4 wisdom training, so almost maxing out on all our searching ability, which is interesting. So yeah, no, congrats. Did I even say their name? Toku, 8th place, also 6 and 2. But that being said, it is Machinedramon. You guys know the combo. You go War Growl and then swing, get this guy out, and then you start doing your classical Rush Geo loop shenanigans. If anything, the 1 Rush Geo hurts this deck less than other versions of the Growl loop because there's not oftentimes this guy gets stuck, right, under a source or something. But that being said, congrats. 8th place. We have to talk about another DM deck. This is DM. Oh wow, this is DM2. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, like, where's this Veinmon? There he is. It's got DM2 Machinedramon in here. We got a plethora of aces. The new Black War Gray Ace, definitely one of the newest additions to the deck. And this is a strong card. I think that, like, do not underestimate this card at all. It's with Digivolving on play isn't great, but just reboot blocker, and then I'm also 15k. If you have a 13k, a lot of Digimon are getting to 13k nowadays, and counteracting that is kind of gross. Plus, all your inheritables at your level 5 and 4 spots are generic inheritables. So if you just sit on this guy, you're still good. Like, you're getting blocker. I mean, you already have blocker, but you know, you're getting the piercing, you're getting the unsuspend, you're getting the sec +1, you're getting the thing to delete your lowest Digimon, delete one of your Digimon, lowest Digimon and unsuspend. You're getting jamming, you're getting all this stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're getting a redirect. Busted. So not a bad setup here. It is the version 2 control deck we've seen at this point. You're maxing out on all your version 2 level 4s for the most part. I guess not all of them, but like you're having all of them in some capacity. And then 4 Vegemon, 4 Gabu, 4 Elec, and then BO is just here because Raid sometimes comes up. It's probably the best of just the generic training baseline rookies, and that's really what the BO is here for. It's like you want the training, and then Raid is just probably the best of your other options compared to your other options of Digimon. That because when it comes to the rookies, it's either they have this on play or they have baseline training. So they clearly wanted baseline training plus a useful inheritable, choosing that the Raid was the most useful. I love this. I love the Digiburst 2 Black War Greymon promo, just in case sometimes, like, you know, again, all your inheritables are generic. So there's potentially some games where you've analogged so many sources, you got jamming, you got sec +1, and this guy just goes in. I mean, I see it. It definitely looks possible to me. And then after that, we got File Island. We got some of the mainstays. Meet File Island, Digimon Emperor for the meta. No, congrats. Oh, so I never said the name. This is 7th place, 7, 1, and 1. PP Tiny. Congrats, 7th place. Not bad. Also getting your invite. Let's move on. We got Galaxy with YQ. Looks like one of these. Looks like we're on one of the versions where we are more focused on our blue engine, so we're limiting our light fang. We're limiting our light fang access. We've only got 2 flare, 1 flare, 2 Fira, full blue. I mean, we've like 4 Gauga, 4 original Lekis, 2 of the new Lekis, 2 of the new Cressy, 2 of the new Luna. 4, so maxing out on all the original stuff. So 4, and then just adding 2 of each of the new CS guys. One return of Hankun is very funny. Apollomon Ace for the potential. Are we running? No, we're not running Grace Nova for the potential insanity, but still definitely a good card. Gallantmon X. Here's our toolbox top end. Gallantmon X, Hexblow, Mirage, no Invisi, which is interesting. Shine, and then Ruin mode because I mean we got the purple and the yellow now, which is exciting. Omnimon X. All our stuff's blue and red. You guys know the spiel. And then X antibody to enable our enable our Hunkun to potentially swing going to Gallant X antibody, or maybe even Omnimon full effect. That's nasty. Only 1 Sao, 4 Ko and Sao, 2 mental trainings, 2 scrambles. So kind of trimming down here in our option area, but and also I'm trimming down on Sao. I feel like Sao, I sometimes see it too, but it's whatever. That being said, it's Sun and Moon. It's pretty. It's Toolbox blue, focused on the blue stuff. This deck does what it does, and it does it well. So I'm not surprised to see it here at 6th place YQ. Then we get to talk about somebody other than Momin has been able to top with Lord Knight alligator shenanigans. So, oh, this is actually a list that's getting popularity too. This is remember Digimon came out with a video, and then some of my people at locals were kind of playing this deck. It is Growlmon, Cerberusmon, Lord Knight engine. So definitely a strong deck. It's Growl Loop, right? So they have all they do all the things. We've seen Cerberus be used as the level 5 bridge before, so we know what the Growl Loop engine is capable of here at this point. But just we're mixing it up. We're adding the LordKnightmon, the Lord Knight BT9, BT19 dual combo here, bringing back 4s and then just being a nasty boss monster of aggression. Using 1 promo Gallant, 1 Ruin Mode, 3 Cool Boys, because I think we have an X at every step of the way. Yeah, we have a 3, a 4, and a 5, and a 6. So Cool Boys always in great contention to be here when you have that available to you at every level. And then Calling of Darkness, Demonic Disaster, playing a ton of 1-offs. Wow. Option 1-off galore. I guess with all the draw, it is what it is. Favoring 4, 3, maxing out. This is classical Lord Knight stuff. Maxing out on Wisdoms, maxing out on Purple Boost. 1 Scramble, 2 Protoforms. Really feels low on Protoform. I feel like maybe you're not as finding Protoform might not be as fundamental in this deck as it is kind of we see in like Levia or something. But that being said, no, congrats. This is 711 Vutha. No, congrats, man. And then we got Blue Green Imperial. This is 4th place, 7-1 Broggy Bear. Blue Green Imperial, we've seen it a million times. I love to see the 1 purple Wormmon. I think it's always correct to have 1 purple Wormmon. And then only going 5. We're going 5 of Stingmon, and then 5 Stingmon, 5 XV, 1 Lydro to do our level 4s. Playing only 6 5s. That's interesting. I feel like 8 is a more comfy number, but going for 6 and being fine with it. 1 Hexablow, 2 Dragonmon for the nonsense because we are on 3 Progenitor, 1 HPD. Trap Card Dragonmon makes it stay. I feel like Trap Card Dragonmon was actually seeing its way out, but you making it have a comeback. 1 BT12 Fighter Mode. I'm sorry, my nose is like suddenly super congested. 2 Fighter Mode Ace, 1 Paladin, 5. The 2-4 split here on the Tamers is always. It's just so fundamental. People always do this. It's so funny. It's probably the best. People always do it because it's the best way to do it. It's just funny that everyone's agreed on it unanimously. No, it's Blue Green Imperial. It's been around for a minute, since BT16 even. It's a deck that is adaptable to the times, and we always see it in different tournament runs cause different tournament runs, and different tournament metas cause different top ends to be more viable than others. This time, this is the one that was able to break through at 4th place, 7-1. Congrats, Broggy Bear. And then our last rocks, I believe, 3rd place, 7-1, Anthony. On rocks, we are seeing no Metallic Dramon. So I'll just call out the things that I think are interesting right away. Only 8 level 4s on the Gatsumon, which can be a hit or miss. On the Floodgate, on Ukomon. I believe one of the list wasn't running Ukomon. Maybe I could be already forgetting. It doesn't matter. 2 of the Sunrisa on play. Like I do like this guy. At 2, I think 2 is a comfy number for me on that guy. I think this level 5 situation here, 6 level 5s, is just the mainstay. I don't think you want to be more than this, and you just hope that you can draw enough to find it, especially since your 4 helps you search 2 and you're trying to find the Ukomon. Gravel Heart, you're on 4 of the Sunrisa, so you can play. And then also the close ratio here, preferring 4 of the new close. I guess being able to play Sunrisas from trash is busted, right? Like if you're trying to find a piece, you just send it with the close. But you do need a close on board to go from Progamo to the Magnetic Dramon, because you need while you have close, right? So it's the only way to do it. So that can get kind of interesting. 1 black memory boost, 1 scramble, 4 unique emblems. And Blastmon makes a return, 2 of the new Pyramidi, and again, none of the old Pyramidi. I think that old Pyramidi has seen its days, man. It's seen its days. But congrats, Anthony, on 3rd place. You are the champion of the rock players tonight, and 3rd place really gives you a cut above the rest, 7-1. So congrats on that. And also remember, no redirect tumble. Pure memory. Then we had Starbot 2nd place, LordKnightmon X, Nikesh 1992. Again, Growl Loop, Lord Knight, slightly different variation on. Is it slightly different? Where are we? We're here. So no promo Gallant, no promo Gallant, no cool boy, favoring an extra proto form, 4 wisdom training, 2 scramble, 1 grab crush, jack raid. Calling, playing our 1-ups, 3 purple memory boost, 2 ruin modes, and I think we're even higher on this LordKnightmon count. So, really cool. Again, I know how people feel, Growl Loop, yada yada, probably should have hit the Growl X, but it's definitely cool that we're still seeing different versions of this deck like break it to the top and do well. And I don't think it's like dominating. I guess if you count every single Growl Loop, it's like a bigger part of the pie chart than it appears to be, right? Because we got 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, because they were using the Growl Loop engine too. So 1, 2, 3, 4 decks of the pie chart. But no, it's Growl Loop. It's fine. Maybe it should have been the Growl X. We'll see. It's not the worst thing in the meta. It's not the best thing in the meta. It's in an interesting spot. So we'll see where the future takes us, especially with 23 around the corner at our next event. And then here's our champion, Jackson Flanagan with another Growl Loop, but this time Birds. We've seen Birds make a recovery since losing the Gallantmon X. We've seen it at Eagle's Nest. We've seen it at a couple of places. I think even one of my good friends took it to nationals and did well with it. I think they got top 32 with it. So no, Phoenixmon X antibody Birds with the Growl Loop engine. Instead, after losing all our Gallantmons, we've decided to go into the War Growl, get Raid, get Retaliation on deletion, trash the security, War Growl X so we can't get bounced. Omnimon, Phoenixmon, Gallantmon. It's a nasty combo. When they get it off, they're able to OTK almost seemingly out of nowhere. They can DNA into Alphamon or Yukin because they have the Oreo basically plus anything else digivolves you into or you can Ace, which is really disgusting. Also game ending, especially with the Oreo inheritable. 4 cool boy, 1 graph crush, 1 mega Digimon assembly, which is very funny. Because again, for 4, one of your level 6 and one of your may digivolve into a level 7 card from hand. So like, just nasty, just absolutely nasty. Like if the Phoenixmon dies, you can just Oreo with a Gallantmon in hand or just another Phoenix in hand, because the Phoenix will probably play the Oreo. Oh, that's so gross. That's so good. Naturally at the end of these videos I get kind of like winded, so I don't have much to say. I mean, it's Phoenixmon. It's Phoenixmon Growl Loop. I've mentioned it and talked about it before, but playing one of the Warping Geos is probably the most interesting thing I just noticed right at the end here. Going into Gallantmon for 4 and then have Rush. Interesting. I guess in this world you do just sometimes have the memory to do that. It's a your turn effect, so you don't have to activate it. You can go training into Gallantmon. Not bad. Not bad. Or you can even scramble into the Gallantmon, I guess. Right? You scramble for 3. Yeah, you'd go for 3 instead of the 4. So that could also be turn saving as well. But that being said, like, share, subscribe. You guys know how it is. It's an interesting meta. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. We only got a couple events with EX10, and we're already going into 23. Man, it kind of has felt like a whiplash of how much we've been doing. But I guess the last thing I will mention before closing out is just a reminder that I'm trying to host a tournament. I would love people to sign up, and yeah, that's about it here. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time.